An unbelievable discovery was made when Jesus' tomb was opened for the first time. It is believed that Jesus' tomb is located in the Church of Holy Sepulchre. Naturally, there will be some surprises when a tomb is opened after almost 500 long years. A piece of marble was taken out of Jesus' tomb, and what was found behind it had never been seen before. For decades, archaeologists and theologians have argued over whether the Church of the Holy Sepulchre located in Jerusalem is the location where Jesus Christ was allegedly crucified, buried, and resurrected. Some theological historians strongly believe that Jesus was a real person who was born in Bethlehem, modern-day Palestine, around the year 1 or even earlier, before moving to Nazareth, Israel. Jesus was buried on a stone within a cave and is thought to have passed away about the year 29. Within the Church of the Holy Sepulchre happens to be the shrine itself, which encloses the tomb known as the Edicule. It is a working monastery and staged pilgrimage destination constructed directly over the cave where Jesus is alleged to have been interred. Over the side where he is alleged to have been crucified is another wing. Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and Armenian Orthodox churches all work together to cooperatively manage the location. These three organizations concurred in 1958 that the preservation of the Edicule was vital. Despite this, it has taken close to 50 years to find a solution and acquire the necessary funding. Even something as basic as changing the light bulbs can take years due to the strict protocols that must be followed. They don't always agree with each other, which contributes to this challenge. The Holy Sepulchre Church has been subjected to numerous gruesome incidents, fires, and earthquakes over the years. After being completely destroyed in 1009, it was later reconstructed. Many specialists are still uncertain as a result and ponder whether the tomb has been moved and what it might hold. On the evening of October 26, 2016, the tomb, which is the most admired location in the Christian world, was open for 60 hours. The tomb, which had endured centuries of disintegration due to water damage and structural damage, was given the opportunity to be renovated by a conservation team from a National Technical University of Athens, Greece. Since at least 1555, and possibly even older, the tomb had been concealed by marble slabs. In an effort to stop tourists from stealing any priceless treasures, it had been shut away for a number of years. A startling finding was made by the scientists on the evening of October 28, just hours before the tomb was supposed to be opened. All their labor had brought them to this point when they had discovered something beneath the marble debris. In the area where it was believed Jesus' body was interred, scientists discovered a limestone shelf. A second-old, gray marble slab that had previously been undiscovered was discovered, and in the center of it was a cross that had been exquisitely inscribed. The conservation crew was taken aback by how much of the original cave structure was still present. They had been able to remove marble slabs from the 19th century that had been overlaying slabs from the 15th century. There were also other slabs that were believed to date to the 12th century, each of which served to protect the original bedrock. The desired object is preserved while something is continuously covered up. Some researchers have hypothesized that the Crusaders may have carved the stone in the 12th century. Others provided a somewhat earlier date, speculating that it might have been carved into stone and fractured when the church was destroyed in 1009. Theologians and Christian scriptures claim that Jesus was crucified on the cross, buried for 3 days, and then rose from the ashes. Religious leaders from the Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and Armenian Orthodox churches were among the first to enter the ancient tomb once it was opened. This was due to their equal duty for the church as a whole. A sense of joy that this had finally occurred and they had been able to witness it in person filled the air as they all went out later with broad smiles on their faces. The contents of the tomb are supposed to offer tangible evidence that the location where pilgrims currently gather to worship is, in fact, the same tomb where Jesus Christ was interred. Regardless, The location is significant for both early Christianity and the wider Christian cultural history. Some researchers firmly feel that thoroughly reviewing the data that was gathered when the cave walls and burial bed were uncovered is the only way to completely comprehend why people believe the tomb is actually the one where Jesus was buried. To check if any traces can be recovered, the rock surfaces must also be examined and handled with extreme caution. Given that several more rock-cut tombs are located beneath various areas of the cathedral, it is clear that the issue of graffiti must be addressed immediately. They won't know without trying, but it's thought that there might be proof there if only it were looked for. A team from the National Technical University in Athens meanwhile gathered important data from the shrine that researchers will use for years of research. This will enable us to learn more about the beginnings and development of one of the holiest places on earth.